Well, hello to my YouTube subscribers. So first of all, this video is for people who go to Phuket. So if you don't go to Phuket, you can skip this video, and thanks for watching. But for the rest of you, this is some important information. I wasn't even sure I should make this video because it seems like this might be some kind of a secret. So maybe keep it to yourself. If you go to Phuket, you know that the taxis are controlled by a cartel. So taxi prices in Phuket are probably twice what they are elsewhere in Thailand. And you can't get a metered taxi. I thought a while back when Grab service was introduced to Phuket that would fix the problem. But what I found was that the Grab prices were no cheaper than the other taxi prices in Phuket. But on my last visit to Phuket a month ago, my Thai teacher told me about an app called InDriver, InDriver. You can download it from the App Store. So InDriver works very much like Grab. You indicate your current location and your destination. InDriver comes back with an estimated price, and if you go ahead and ask for a ride, it will then come back with bids from some number of drivers. So the times that I've used it, I've gotten anywhere from 3 to 7 different bids. The bids can be under or over the estimated price. You can choose your driver on the basis of the driver's rating, the driver's time to where you are, and the price that the driver indicates he's willing to take you for. I used the service about 4 times. I used it, for example, going from my hotel in Patong Beach to Bangkok Hospital in Phuket Town. So that ride in a taxi, you'd probably end up paying between 400 and 500 baht, depending on your negotiation skills. The estimated price in InDriver was about 200 baht, and I got bids ranging from 180 baht to 220 baht. And of course, this depends on the time of day and the traffic. This service works perfectly fine to get to the airport. Now, unfortunately, when I went to the airport, I happened to go at a busy time. Traffic was really slow. I ended up paying about 500 baht, which is still substantially less than you'd pay for a taxi from Patong Beach to the airport. So this app is very simple. I was very happy with the result. It seems that, at least for people who know about this app, you're not going to be subject to the high prices of the Phuket taxi cartel anymore. So I think that's very good news. But let me just ask you a favor. If you use InDriver, since less money will be going to the drivers in general, please give a big tip to kind of compensate for the lower prices that you're getting. I'm sure the drivers will really appreciate it, but I found this to be a huge improvement. Now here's the place in the video where I plug my novel, The Vientiane Affair. There's espionage, history, politics, love, sex, violence, and great characters. I think you'll enjoy the story. And if you're an Audible subscriber, why not use a credit to listen to it? This is a way that you can support independent authors like me. Now, just to remind people, there are actually some good public transportation options in Phuket. So there are 3 buses that run from the airport to various locations in Phuket, making quite a number of stops. These are described actually in a nice website that I found, so I'm putting a link to that website in the description. So these are the P1, P2, and P3 buses. I've taken the P3 bus, which goes from the police station that's right where Bangla Road meets the beach, and that goes from that location, makes quite a few stops, goes up to the airport. I think it was 100 baht, which is pretty good. And just leave yourself plenty of time. My trip, I think, took a little over an hour, but it could probably take up to 2 hours in bad traffic, but probably not that much slower than a taxi would make the trip. So that's a good alternative. Now, there's also a shared van service that will take you from the airport, I think pretty much to anywhere on the island. And if I remember right, that's 150 to 200 baht, depending on where you're going. Now, the problem with using that van service is the vans all stop at a location some distance from the airport, and it takes maybe 10 or 15 minutes to transfer everybody to a van that will actually take them to their final destination. And then, since it's a shared ride, if you're the last passenger, it could end up being quite a long ride. But if you're not in a hurry, this is a pretty economical alternative to getting from the airport directly to your hotel or destination anyplace on the island. If you're going to Patong Beach, I think the bus would actually be faster. There are also some big songtiaos that go from Kata and Karon beaches to Phuket town. You can hop on those. And there's also a shuttle that goes from that police station right where Bangla Road meets the beach. It goes from that location to Phuket town for 60 baht, and you can get that coming back to Patong also. And that's a convenient way to get back and forth to Phuket town if you're in Patong Beach. So those are some public transportation options, but I think the big news is that the availability of InDriver really makes taxi service much easier for tourists. So download the app, give it a try, and I'd appreciate if you made comments about your impressions of the InDriver service. So that's my video for today. I think this is going to be a useful one for a lot of people. It actually saved me a fair amount of money the last time I was in Phuket, and I plan to use this for my taxi trips in the future. Okay, so that's my video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.